this is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading for a love update. So I was just wrapping up my work session for today, and I had this other pick a card reading planned, but I just really felt this intuitive pull to do like a love update reading. And so I have a feeling that this reading could have messages maybe for specific people who are meant to resonate with it. So with this reading especially, I want to say that if you feel like you pick one of these and it just does not apply with you, remember to always trust your own intuition above all else when doing any type of tarot reading or just getting advice online in general. I'm just going to freestyle pull the cards here from my favorite decks. These are the ones that I go to when I do personal readings for love that tell me like the real truth, the real tea. I'm going to be reading this as if it is a personal reading for you. So we could be seeing some very specific things coming out. So only take what resonates with you and maybe take some time to take some notes or digest the messages or see how it settles with you. Because once again, this might be a reading that especially is not for everyone. So if you pick one and it isn't for you, try picking another one. If it's not, this is not meant for you, and maybe try some of my other readings or some other content here on YouTube. And I'm sending you guys so much love and light, so much going on in the world right now. And I just felt this pull, like there's some people out there who really have some love questions or who are feeling like some energies and just like really wanting some tea and some juice on this right now. And so this is what I'm being guided to do, and I hope that you guys appreciate it. And no matter what the cards say, I'm going to be delivering this message with an uplifting and healing vibe for you guys, okay? So you have 4 choices here today. You can choose a crystal to receive the message for you. So you can choose number 1, and this is a quartz crystal. We're going to call this one the California quartz crystal because that's where I found this one. So we've got number 1. Number 2, the jasper crystal. Number 3, the tiger's eye. Or number 4, the raw quartz crystal. Once you have chosen, you can head down to the comments below where the timestamps are posted, and you can click on your timestamp to instantly be fast forwarded to your part in this message. If you choose number 1, we're going to get started right away. So for those of you who choose number 1, let's get your message, okay? Tapping into the situation. We're going to start with what is the current energy in this relationship or between you and this person right now. So what is the current energy? This is interesting. The daughter of the swords and the son of swords with their swords pointed at each other. That's fascinating. I don't think I've ever seen these 2 cards together before, actually. And right here on the bottom of my deck. Okay, so the current situation, what I'm seeing is 2 people that are kind of in the same place. Like you and this person in question are like, you both have your guard up. Let's just be real here. You both have your guard up right now. I feel like in the beginning, this person who might be someone who has a more masculine energy or divine masculine, once again, this isn't about like sex or gender orientation. It's just like their leading energy. Like they were like the pursuer in this relationship at first. and they were really coming at you with all this energy, and there was like a lot of flirting, and there was like a lot of passion and a lot of intensity, and or messages going back and forth, or like some dates or getting closer. And it's like there was this time in the relationship that was like new beginnings. This is the new moon, and like there's the coin. Maybe they're spending their money on you, they're taking you on dates, showering you with gifts, or really giving from the heart to you. And then I think that, I'm not sure who did this first, but it's almost like both of you guys started getting closer and closer and closer. And then the fear came out. The fear of like, okay, what happens if we make this official? Like, is all of this good energy and like all this stuff we built together and these fun vibes, is that just gonna disappear? And like stuff is just gonna hit the fan, and now that we lock it down, it's gonna be like all this drama and chaos. Or there's the fear of like, what happens if I get my heart broken again? Because I see one of you guys, and I think it might be you actually, you had your heart broken recently. Quite, feels like in the last, 6 months, something went down. You just healed from something, and this is like the first person you've been flirting with or hanging out with since that, and talking to since that. And here's the Son of Swords. They sense you putting your guard up, and they putting their guard up at the same time, because part of them doesn't want this fun period and this fun energy in the relationship to go away. Part of them wants to just keep living in this infinite bliss of like the newness and the fun and the thrill of just getting to know you and getting to be around you. And so you're kind of pulling back a little bit because you're not sure how serious this person is about you. They're kind of pulling back because they're worried, they're thinking like, how much am I really going to be able to give? Because it's like they don't feel like they have a lot to give right now. I think not everybody, but many people right now, because of all these world events and so many things going on, are feeling these energies. These energies affect all of us. There's a lot going on with the planets right now. We've got Venus retrograde. We just had this full moon like eclipse thing, and like just been a little intense time. And so people are kind of like pulling back, like a little shy to step forward. So you're like cautiously waiting for them to make the next move. And they're like cautiously kind of waiting for like a signal or a sign back from you to proceed. So both of you guys are like afraid to misstep here, and like very, very cautious. And so in the beginning, things were like really free flowing and just like super chill. But now there's like this elephant in the room. And I think the elephant in the room is kind of like, what are we, or like, what are we doing here? Or where is this going? They might be worried that you want to rush things forward into a commitment, and they might want more time to like date you. Or it could be vice versa. You might just want more time to get to know them and to date them, and they might be kind of pushing you for a commitment, and you're just kind of like, let's just like chill it out here, still opening my heart. I just feel like there's this energy of time here around this. Like you guys are really close to figuring this out. And this is a good match here. This feels like a really good energy. But there's still a couple more steps to take before you fully build the trust with this person. And trust takes time to build. You guys are just starting to flirt the line of really opening up and being vulnerable with each other, which is like fun, but it's also like really like scary, but it's exciting. And I still see passion here. I feel like you guys have been torn apart, and this could be because of the lockdown. This is a timeless reading, but at the time I'm doing it, this is what's going down. It could be because of the lockdown, or it could just be kind of energetically. And so these swords, I don't see them as an attack. I see them more as like self-defense, like trying to defend yourself, defend your heart, trying not to fall too fast, trying not to fall too hard. There might even be an element here of forbidden love. Maybe one or both of you is in like a relationship or there's a complicated element or a third party situation here, because I do see a third party. This is the Son of Pentacles. I mean, this could be seen as you and this person, and then they have their ex that they're still trying to cut cords with, or you have an ex, or maybe they have a partner or you have a partner, and like there's an energy of complication, of needing to cut loose ties, of needing to let go of old wounds, of needing to, slowly and surely and safely, at a pace that feels comfortable to you and to them, be able to open your heart. But the energy between you guys feels intense because there's all these like stars and sparkles here. It's like a sparkle energy. It's like, that's why I almost feel the forbidden love kind of element here, because there's just this sparkle between you guys. There's just this sense of knowingness. There's this sense of, I don't know why this word is coming to mind, but like almost like telepathy, like finishing each other's sentences, or just you're tapping into this person's energy and you can just feel them, or they can just feel you, or you notice a lot of synchronicities with them or around them, or you just feel good with them. You feel like you can be natural or be yourself. You don't have to wear a mask with them. And it's how it's been since the beginning, but now you're pulling back because some real decisions need to be made. Because I think in order for you guys to be together or to really move forward in this relationship, there's some things that have to change in both of your lives. I mean, coming into a relationship with someone is going to require like a little bit of change, making space. It's an exciting thing, but it's also, you got to make room, you got to make space, and can be difficult, even if it's a wonderful change of like welcoming a new partner or like a new boyfriend or new girlfriend or something into your life, or deciding like, yes, we're going to be together, or we're going to be commit to each other, or we're going to be monogamous, or we're going to move in together, or whatever it is. And so both of you guys are kind of in this standoff right now. Who's going to make the first move? Who's going to say, I love you first? Or who's going to speak up about this first? Or who's going to ask each other out first or something like that. And so it's a cute energy. It's playful to me, but it's also like a little scared, like, oh my gosh, this is it. I've caught feelings here and now I'm falling. And the owl here too is a symbol of death. I mean, of transformation for sure. Like the type of person that just has this transforming effect on you in your heart. And there's many people like that. They're not always romantic. Sometimes they're just friends or people you've known for even a short time, lovers, people in your family, your cousin, your coworker. Sometimes you just meet somebody who like has just this changing effect on you, or who you feel in your heart, or who you realize has played a role in your growth or your development, or someone, to me, it's all labels and stuff at the end of the day, but I call these people like soul family, or like soulmates, or, soul sisters, or whatever, people who you just really get you and who accept you for who you really are. And like, they're there for you when you need them, or they're there for you at a hard time in your life, or they share wisdom with you, or they just make you laugh, they get your mind off things, or you just feel like you can really relate to them. And so there's this energy of, if we take this any further, are we gonna just destroy this all together? If we keep if we both come at each other with this romantic energy, is it gonna destroy it, like in what we have, So I feel like you guys are close to kind of a new beginning, like a new cycle of being able to feel more comfortable falling in love, or committing to love, or just being open to whatever this is between you guys, and just continuing to move forward. And this is an attraction card that's talking about like you guys are very, very attracted to each other. They're like, there's no doubt about that. I think this is a message for you to tell you, look, stay dedicated to this path or to this person if that's what your heart is telling you to do. Even if it's confusing or like a little complicated, like sometimes time is what is needed. It takes time for things to grow. I think people are really used to relationships taking off so fast. I remember, at least personally, back in the day when I was like dating a lot, back in the day, maybe not too long ago, but of how fast some relationships would just take off, and everybody kind of goes at their own pace in a relationship, and your heart eventually tells you if this person is playing you or not, or if they're serious or not, or if they want the same thing as you or not. And like their actions eventually tell you that. So it's almost like you're hesitant because you've been noticing lately that this person hasn't really been coming at you, or like this is the empowerment card. This person that you're in kind of chilling with here hasn't really been feeling empowered enough to come in your direction. So a little bit of time could be needed to wait and see if this person just needs a little bit of space, if it's life circumstances that's kind of keeping them from really coming at you, or if they really are just not that into you. So I think for a lot of you guys, you'll discover that this person is going to continue to come at you, and pulling back just a little bit can help you be sure of that, can help create space for them to come at you. And it's not about playing games or playing hard to get or anything. It's just this message of you knowing that you sparkle and that you shine and that you'll attract this person, that you've done enough, that you don't need to figure this out in your head, that this person wants to come, but you need to open your heart to receive this. And so like it really could be as simple as just a couple of days without messaging them and doing things that are fun, and letting them send the first text. Or it could be as simple as maybe taking it off the table for like a week or two, the whole what are we thing, and just naturally allowing this person to take you on dates, or you taking them on dates, or hanging out, or whatever, FaceTiming if you're still in lockdown, or whatever it is, or waiting that through to see. And I kind of see things picking up where they left off and things moving forward. It's just you got a couple more steps to take before you really know where you stand with this person. So it's kind of a scary moment. It's like this is kind of a moment where you will figure out very soon if you guys will continue or not. For a lot of you guys, I see you continuing forward. The owl here does make me think some of you guys won't. And everything seems to be pointing to this empowerment card of like, is this person gonna put the effort in? And like that's kind of where you're hesitating, because part of you lately has been feeling like they haven't been, but I see that they were, and literally it's just a time will tell. It's like a ticking clock. Like you literally just need to wait this out a couple weeks and it'll be pretty obvious, you know? So let's pull some more cards and let's see how do they feel about you, okay? Keep it in mind, once again, this is a general reading. How do they feel about you? Oh yeah, this is reconciliation. So this is somebody coming back. So this is somebody who does want to reconnect with you or come back or continue to pursue you. And this is someone from the past. For some of you guys, this is someone that, this could mean many things. Like you have a past life connection with this person, or it was someone you used to date, or you're reconnecting with someone. I would say for anybody who's come here, like, and you're in a relationship and you got this message, because I usually give a lot of my love readings from like a perspective of a person who might be single or dating. But I will just say I sense some people who are here who are in a relationship. And I think that this is just a message. You guys might have been at each other's throats a little bit lately. I wish I didn't take those other cards away. Here they are. You guys have been at each other's throats a little bit lately, but and it's because your partner is really worried about finances, money, new beginnings, cycles, and, you know, just stuff that's going on. Honestly, they're just a little stressed. So they haven't really been bringing you the romance lately, and you're really missing the intimacy and the romance. And this is telling you like you're so close to a new beginning, or maybe even wait until the next new moon and you'll see things improve. It's almost like a message of you don't really need to do anything here. Like things will be moved forward. And it's just like a waited out kind of thing. I mean, if you're really at each other's throats in a relationship, there's a lot of fighting and stuff going on, then don't be a doormat. Stand up for yourself, especially if you feel like you're being disrespected. You know, you have the right to stand up for yourself and speak freely and protect yourself. And that's why you have your sword. But I think that a lot of the energy and the fighting that's coming from them is because they're just freaking out because they can't solve this problem. So it's like an inner battle they're projecting onto you because you're their partner and you're just like right there. It's easy. And so it's almost telling you there's a way out, there's a new beginning coming, and this just like reminds me of rain and water falling and just like emotions, like being able to hold space for your partner's emotions, or like kind of helping to subtly redirect their anger, their frustration into something healthier, or giving them their space. Like your heart will tell you what to do, especially since this is your partner, the person you're with. Like they might need a little bit of space to kind of work this out and feel more confident here, and like things will get better. And this was a good opportunity for you guys to learn how to have like healthy disagreements, or to be able to like disagree or even fight without like it getting ugly. So it's like working on communication, and you guys will have like a makeup, and this is a good opportunity to like work on that. I always say like fights and relationships are a good opportunity in the moment, even if it's hard, you know, because you get heated, you want to defend yourself, things get said that are kind of effed up, you know, the ego comes out, we all just be crazy, you know. But it's also a good opportunity in the moment, if you can be conscious, to try to like work on communication, or like just kind of stop, take some deep breaths, and ask your partner like, okay, so we're fighting right now, how can we like turn this into like a discussion that where we can both like compromise and get what we want? How about we take a second and like let's make some tea, or let's put on some nice music, or let's light a candle and let's sit down and let's just like really figure this out together, and let's put our heads together, our logic together, and our hearts and feelings together to see like if we can find a middle ground here, and like really hear and listen to each other. That's hard to do when you're really coming at somebody, or you're in a fight, especially if it's heated or passionate. But it's nice if you can get to that point, you know, to be able to just be like, okay, obviously we're both freaking out here, we're triggered, let's sit down, let's figure this out. And you know, you can draw your boundaries, you can listen to what they have to say, and you can make your decisions based off that, if you know. But also, I just have to put it in there that if you feel like this is a toxic relationship, or you're being abused, you have every right to leave and seek help for that, okay? I'm not trying to sublimate or make excuses for any toxic cycles, because I see some of you guys here might be in that situation. I just want you to know that there's help out there. Psychologytoday.com, you can find licensed therapists and counselors, a lot of information on how to get yourself out of those situations, because sometimes I see in the comments below people talking about like situations that seem very abusive or toxic. I always feel so bad. Search online for hotlines, you know, for free. There's hotlines and there's support for that. So I just have to throw that in there. But I think most of you guys that little part doesn't apply to are going to be able to work this through. Okay, so I hope that this resonated with you, whether you're single or like you're in a relationship. Let me know, because like I'm just freestyling it today, and I want to know if this happened to resonate with you. And if not, no worries. I'm thankful you came to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 2, let's go ahead and look into the general energy between you and this person that's on your mind. Love connection, love update. I'm feeling already a very powerful energy. So I'm interested to turn the cards over and like see what they say. Okay, like I have to turn these cards over like now. Wow. Ooh. Okay, I just got this message like you guys are so close. Like the message is, because look, we're seeing some good energies here. This is like an awful card. Let me just look at it. It's like, but it's reversed. And so it's like finally you're with someone, or you found someone, you feel like that true love or that true romance. Like I feel a strong chemistry. It was so strong. Like when I was drawing the cards, I felt that energy. Like you're looking at this person and you're thinking like, this is the one, or like, I'm so happy I'm in this relationship, or like this is it. It's that it feels like a new love. It feels like a crush. It feels like a just this exciting energy. If you don't feel that, then maybe pick another one, because that's where this is the viewpoint we're coming from. This is the Judgment card released, or actually released. Interesting. I meant reversed, but I accidentally said released. That just popped out. And yeah, I think that this person is seeing you in a way that's like helping you to release maybe judgment you have about yourself. Like suddenly you're like feeling like a little bit of lightness or like a bounce in your step. Like it's that energy of having met somebody new. It's a crush. It's fun. It's freeing, and they definitely have made it clear that they like you back. Like they've asked you out. This is a new relationship. You're dating them, or like you've kissed for the first time or hooked up for the first time, and like they are coming at you for sure. Okay, so it's just like that fun, light, free energy of like starting to fall in love. And this is the Chariot, because like I said, they're coming at you. Like this is the pace here is picking up and things are moving fast. Like they've made their intentions clear, or it's pretty obvious how they feel about you from how they're treating you, okay? But this is the Hangman, okay, which is making me think that there is some kind of stop here. There's something that's frustrating you about this relationship. And maybe both of you. Maybe this is long distance and you guys haven't been able to like meet each other in person yet or something, because I feel that. I feel like this is like an amazing connection, but there's distance between you, or it could be a lockdown thing. I'm doing this during the time of lockdown. There's a lot of people who were like just starting to date and fall in love, and then this lockdown happens, and so it's like, oh gosh. And then there's people who've met during lockdown who like were lonely and like went online and like, or like somebody slid in their DMs or like reconnected with somebody, and like now you finally soon are gonna get to meet up. And so I feel like that's the situation for some people who are here. But the Hangman could also be, I just don't know what this person's thinking. Maybe you're just looking for confirmation. This is usually a card of kind of inaction, just like a needing to wait. And it's so funny because I've been getting messages for everybody lately, for like every situation. Like we need to wait. We have to wait a couple more weeks, or it's kind of a time of uncertainty in general, not just in this area of our lives. And I'm experiencing this as well. And maybe it's just where we're at in the moon cycle right now, because this is typically a time right after the full moon. This is a timeless reading, but you know, at the time I'm doing this, it's kind of we're still kind of in the full moon phase, but we're heading towards the balsamic or the waning moon. And this is the time in the moon cycle when we rest, when we reflect, when we pull back, when we withdraw, when we go within. Sometimes this energy does call you towards people and for like a deeper, more intimate connection, or to hang out with your friends more. But it can also, it's either that or it's like wanting to be completely alone. So maybe this person has pulled back in some way, or you're sensing an energy shift. But it's very possible that it could just be because of like the moon. I don't want to blame stuff on the planets. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it's all because of Venus retrograde, and like not take any responsibility for my life or anything. And especially when it comes to people that you're dating, you don't want to blame everything on the planets and and you want to open your eyes and be aware to like what's really happening, you know, and not make excuses for people. But I legitimately think it's possible in the situation that you're just feeling like an energy shift and you're just kind of freaking out, even though everything is going really, really great and you're getting the star. So you might be messaging your friends or talking to your friends and being like, I don't know, this or that. And your friends are probably just telling you like, it's okay, chill out. Like you were so happy like 2 weeks ago, what happened and what did they do? And like, you just can't explain what happened or what they did. It might just be more how you feel. And so this is the butterfly reversed. I think it's just telling you that you need time to like kind of self-care and detach a little bit from the intensity of this romantic connection, because you've been caught up in this whirlwind, and now you've kind of come back down to the ground. And maybe in the beginning, like there was texting and calling every day, and it was like, and now like there's hours between texts, or hours between calls, or you're not seeing them every single day, and there's still energy coming through, but it's like just things naturally kind of find a new pace as you go through a relationship. That's not sustainable. And so I think you're sensing that. And this is still good. We got the star in the middle. It's like it's finally here, your manifestation, your wish, this person or this relationship. And this is just the butterfly reverse, which is making me think like go within, take time, like wash your hair, like do your nails, like chill out, and like kind of get your mind off this person. The second that you like move towards like your goals and just kind of do your thing, you'll hear from them. They'll come at you more intense again. And so this is a message of you, yes, having a future with this person, or this future being confirmed, or moving through this gateway and like really like getting on the same page with this person, and like nothing's bad's gonna happen. This is there's a lot of well, this is talking about world events. There's a lot of injustice right now. It's just like a really intense time, you know? And so world events and everything that's going on is like kind of affecting this connection too. And so it's almost like you need self-care. You can't pour from a cup that's empty. If you want to keep loving in this relationship and keep loving, sending love to yourself and keep helping and sending love to the world, and you need to take a step back and do self-care. So this message kind of randomly turned into like you chill out and you need to take care of yourself, and you need to take a step back and take care of your body and make sure you drink water and eat healthy and getting good sleep and stop scrolling on the phone too much and get your feet in the dirt and all that good stuff. So I guess that happens. Sometimes I go to my deck and I want to know something and it kind of gives me stuff, but then it's like, by the way, since you're here, you need to like make sure you're taking care of yourself, or you deserve a rest, or time to take a break. That's kind of what you're getting to. But let's go ahead and just see how this person feels about you and the relationship. What are their feelings? Okay, what's going on? So here we go. They feel the soulmate connection. I mean, it's irresistible. I just got that word, like you're irresistible to them, and they really, I mean, this is a strong confirmation. I think that's what you needed to hear. It was like that, yes, this is an energy, this is a soulmate thing, or they still feel the same way, nothing's changed. And then here's love. Exactly. There's just a lot going on, okay? You know, doesn't mean their love has changed because they're busy at work, or because they're worried about something, or because they are really focused on world events right now, or they're passing through something. Nothing's changed. I think this is just a message like you're getting caught up in your feelings and you need to get grounded and give it a couple days, and like you're gonna see some good stuff here. This person is definitely on fire for you. There's like a strong connection here. I see like you guys falling in love. I see them saying I love you. If they haven't said I love you yet, then yeah, they're gonna be saying it soon, probably within the next like month or so. For those of you guys who have been in a relationship for maybe like less than 6 months and it's like official, I see this as just a confirmation that this person does want to continue forward, and you might just be freaking out because now this person has like seen the real you. And like maybe, you know, in the beginning of a relationship, you always like kind of put your best self forward, and then like, you know, time goes on and they see the real you, you see the real them, and there's kind of these points that happen in relationships where you kind of reassess things, and maybe there's been a little fighting lately or a little distance, and you're like worried, okay, did they change their mind, or are they really gonna back off? But no, I see them wanting to continue and still falling in love with you. It's just a new cycle's beginning and things are changing a little bit. For those of you guys who have been in very long-term relationships, I think it's very similar. You've been feeling a little bit of distance. We got that Hangman card earlier. You've been feeling their absence, and it's almost like you're gonna have a love expansion in this relationship. Intimacy, romance is coming back to this connection, especially right after June 25th, like at the end of Venus retrograde, at the end of June, you can expect to see like this transformation energy. It's why we keep getting butterflies in this relationship, and like kind of a spark of passion again. And it's going to be a very natural process. And the same goes if you're coming to this reading anytime in the future. It's just, yeah, this person is very, very, I don't know what else to say. When you got the soulmates and you got the love card, I think that's pretty much all the confirmation you need. So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I will see you next time. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 3, let's go ahead and get your love message. So what we're gonna do is first we're gonna tap in and see like just the general energy between you and your person in question right now. So general energy between you and this person. General energy. What's going on between you guys? Okay, so I got this feeling of like loneliness at first. And then I got the word distance. And so there's 2 scenarios I see here. First of all, there's some of you guys who are just like really, really single. And maybe you have somebody on your mind, kind of, or maybe you just clicked on this reading because you're like, I don't have anybody on my mind, but I want a love reading, okay? And so for those of you guys that applies to, I'm actually seeing like you really, really want to know like who's coming in and when is this gonna happen? And there's like a little feeling of impatience because you've been on this path for a while. And you're just like, where does this lead? The single life is just taking over everything. And here I am wandering through this dark forest of Tinder and online dating and OkCupid and the people my friends try to set me up with, or just my life here. And there's just nothing. And it's just all I see ahead is this. And it's like starting to feel a little depressing, you know, lonely. And especially with world events, if you were in lockdown, maybe it just brought to your attention even more how lonely you feel. And so I've been talking to a lot of people actually who've been going through that. And I can only imagine, I mean, it's been hard for you. And so I want to acknowledge that. But then here's the thing you don't know is that there is some energy coming in. You've been sending out energy for a while now that you want a relationship, that you're open to this, that this is something you really want. And you've been setting a lot of intentions for this. And I think for a while there, you were even taking action. You were going on dates and stuff. And there's been a little bit of action in this area of your life, but still nothing has stuck. But this is the Lynx. This is a very elusive card, and the Lynx has 2 messages. The first message from the Lynx is get grounded. So I always have to mention when this card comes out, like, ask you, when was the last time you went outside and got your feet in the dirt? When was the last time that you like potted some plants? When was the last time that you, I was gonna say climbed a tree or, you know, went to the beach or got your feet in the water or did something outside. Now, if you're coming to this reading, you know, during the lockdown, of course, this could just be a message that when it's safe for you to do so and advisable for you to do so, like head to nature, you need to get grounded again, okay? Or it could also just be sometimes grounding has to do with your thoughts. Like, you know how sometimes we just start worrying and panicking about stuff? You know what I'm talking about. We all do it, okay? I don't think there's anyone out there who's just like, doesn't worry about stuff sometimes. Sometimes when you really worry and panic and start getting anxiety and in your head about something and it goes around and around and around, like we can neglect ourselves, whether it's just drinking enough water or eating healthy food or, you know, making sure you're exfoliating or just the little things sometimes we can miss. And it's those little things that we do every day to take care of ourselves, body, mind, soul, spirit, everything, that add up to our health and our wellness and our balance and our peace and our stability. And so the links is definitely a message about asking yourself ways that you can restore balance to your life. And maybe you're getting a little message right now. You don't have to do something big. You could just be a little small thing, but the links comes out for that, okay? Another reason the links comes out is because it's trying to give you a message, like to surrender the situation or to be open to the mystery of life. I've heard some incredible stories. You guys know I'm a traveler. I've been traveling the world now for 2 years. I've met a lot of people, and I'm talking to people from around the world every day and hearing people's life stories and hearing different things and Skyping with people and video chatting. And I've heard some sad stories, but I've also heard some really incredible stories about love and about people finding each other and just the beautiful synchronistic energy that brings people together. And I've witnessed relationships around me and in my own life, like just the synchronicity and the beauty of love and romantic love too. I've seen that and I've experienced it, and it's one of the most beautiful blessings of this life, and I can totally understand why you might feel lonely without it. But it really isn't everything, because a lot of people who are in happy relationships or long-term relationships or marriages will tell you that love and will like bring a beautiful spark and a light to your life, but ultimately, like, if you don't bring that spark to yourself, it can only do so much. Like, another person can only bring you so much, and so this is kind of one of those messages that's telling you to bring that spark and to bring that energy and to bring that life to yourself. Not only does it make you attractive and makes people come at you and makes you magnetic, but it makes you feel fun. And this is all about freedom. Like, what can you do today to make yourself have fun or to have joy or to embrace freedom in little ways? And this is something that the whole lockdown thing really challenged me to do, was because I was like freaking out for a while, like a lot of people were. It was an interesting time, and something that really got me through it was every day being like, okay, what do I want to do for myself that's fun? Or what can I do that's different? Or what can I do that will like shake things up or stir me out of my boredom? And so this is a message for you about sometimes there's just things you can't know. Sometimes, even when I'm doing readings for people, like I'll do pull cards for like the soulmate and all the thing, and sometimes it's just like really vague. Sometimes I'm getting like a ton of information and I'm like, wow. And I hear back from the person and they're like, oh, the cards you pulled were on point. But sometimes you're not meant to know, or sometimes it's not the time, or sometimes you put all your energy out there to manifest love and it's just not coming for a long time. Sometimes it's not always you and like you've got blockages and there's something wrong. Sometimes it's just the mystery. Maybe you're supposed to be somewhere at the right place at the right time to meet a specific person. And if you met someone right now, maybe you wouldn't meet the other person. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing, interesting concept, but the links is kind of asking you like delicately or gently to maybe play around with the idea of letting go of the idea of romantic love for a while, and affirming to yourself that like it'll come and you're excited for it, but instead exploring passion in your own life, because you could just be bored. People want romantic love because it brings that, not this isn't the only reason, but a lot of times because it brings that oomph and that fun and that excitement and that bliss and that just like, oh, it's just like such a crazy awesome energy, and it's a spark in life, and it's beautiful. And so you can create that on your own, though. You don't have to have love, and you will, don't worry. Somebody's coming. If you're single and you identify with that, somebody's coming, but and we're seeing that. We're seeing you're very close to that, but it's almost like it's a mystery, and like you need to just keep doing your thing, and in the meantime, spark yourself, spark your life. That word spark has been coming up a lot to me lately. Like, what's going to add the sparkle? This is the green man. This card symbolizes like creativity, basically. And like what he's doing, and he's putting all these different ideas into this pot and he's stirring them up to make something. So this is a message for you to get going on that creative project. Maybe and also he's like a knowledge kind of wisdom kind of archetype. So it's a masculine archetype. It's about taking action. And so it's, instead of being helpless and lonely and that kind of stuff, it's about creating fun and sunshine and passion in your life. You can create the passion that's similar to romance around you and romance yourself with life and with yourself, and just trust that someone will join you on the path. Someone will want to join that party. So I feel like this is also a message to you. You're going to be out there. You're going to be dating soon, or maybe it's time to start looking at dating when it is safe and advisable to do so. Because if you're coming at this is a timeless reading, but if you're coming at this the week I posted, I know it's still kind of locked down, social distancing time. So be safe, follow regulations, all that stuff. But it might mean like soon you're going to be dating, or you're going to have a lot of options, or you're going to be joined with your community again, or making new friends soon. Things are going to pick up. But in the meantime, it's like you've got to get your mind off this, and you got to start doing something, start taking action to manifest what you want. But you also got to get grounded and chill out. And so this is just a big message about hope, about love, about creating spark, about how there are things to do, about how you're not alone. And if you can't love yourself, how can you expect anyone else to love you? You hear that all the time. People are always asking me, how do you love yourself? Well, the only way I've come to answer it, it's a very abstract concept, but for me, I think loving myself, at least lately, has been about meeting my needs and following my dreams. So when I'm like listening to myself and I'm meeting my needs physically and emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and like I have some goals and some dreams and I'm giving some room or space for that in my life and just doing whatever I can, that I do feel like I'm really honoring myself and I'm really loving myself. And it's not about being perfect. Life is going to be up and down, but just think about that. Like every day when you wake up, how can I best meet my needs today? How can I follow my dreams today? And if anything, just one thing a day. One thing a day. That's been really working for me lately. And I really hope that you guys resonate with this message. I guess it kind of was more for people who are single, but if you just started a new relationship or you're in a relationship, for some reason you were meant to get this message too. Maybe there's part of it that will resonate. And as far as your love update, I think for a lot of people, this is saying something's coming, and you can feel it, but the love you're actually searching for is within you. And so as far as an update on love, I'm not going to be pulling cards on this one for how do they feel or anything, because I think this message wanted to bring you back to you. And so that's what you got today. Let me know if that resonates in the comments down below. And thank you for coming to my channel. I'll see you next time. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 4, we're going to go ahead and get your message. And we're going to just start looking into the general energy in this relationship. What is going down in this relationship right now? Or in this connection with this person, the person you have on your mind. Love update. The general energy, the current energy between you guys. Ooh. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing. The first message I heard was, it's lost its luster. And then we get the Rainbow Reviver reversed. So 2 things I see, okay? Some of you guys are really worried, like, maybe I'm not attractive enough, and maybe I'm not good enough for this person, and maybe they don't like me, but I really like them. And all that stuff we do when we first start meeting someone and we're like worried and we're like kind of insecure about ourselves. I feel that going on. I feel like you just got romantic with this person, or you just like hooked up with them for the first time, or you just had your first kiss, or you just like admitted your feelings to each other. And so now you're like, it was like a high. You were like on this high, on this like cloud nine. And this person has genuine intentions with you. This is a good person that you're like connected with, but it's very fresh. And so you're like freaking out. And the inner peace card is reversed. So you're coming to this reading like freaking out about it. Something awkward seemed to have happened between you guys. It was something that was said for sure, and I think everyone's situation is different. I don't know if you said it or if they said it, but it feels like something has been misinterpreted. That's what it feels like to me. Like a text was sent, a message was sent, or something was said, and you guys are in this weird place of like, what does this mean? Or what do I do? Or kind of at a standstill. So there was intimacy that was shared, and there was like, and this could be physical for a lot of you guys. I think it was physical, but for some of you guys, it could just be like emotional vulnerability, like an intimate connection, like, but it's just like this weird energy of like freaking out. And like, I think both of you guys are freaking out. And so in the middle of you guys becoming passionate for the first time or expressing things to each other, some weird stuff happened, or afterwards there was something weird that happened, an awkwardness. And I see different situations flying in and out of my mind, but I think maybe it's just because there's a lot of people here for this reading who chose this one. So here's the forgiveness card, and I think this is the message that's coming out for you, and it's saying, look, I don't like that word forgiveness because you hear like forgive and forget a lot. And like, I think forgiveness sometimes is just like, oh, just let it happen. I like saying instead, don't blame yourself or don't judge yourself. Because a lot of times when this kind of stuff happens in a relationship, or we say something weird, or we become intimate or vulnerable with somebody, sometimes it backfires or it hits us in the face, or the person ghosts us or whatever. Sometimes like, we just are worried about how will this continue, whatever. This is saying, you look, don't blame yourself, don't judge yourself. You opened up to this person, obviously, in some way. And that's because your heart told you that's like what you were supposed to do. And maybe this person responded in a way you weren't expecting, or they didn't respond at all. Or they did respond, but you misinterpreted it, or like whatever. And so it's almost like you just don't know what they're thinking or feeling, and it's like frustrating. So you're worried about it. You're worried, did I say too much? Did I give too much? Should I not have hooked up with them? Or what did that kiss mean? Or what did that text mean? Or that kind of stuff. Or like, do they want to come back? Or like, you've got a lot of questions. But this is just telling you, look, don't ever blame or judge yourself for loving someone. You know, you can't, it happens. Doesn't it just happen sometimes? I think you've been spending a lot of time just like really worried and like judging yourself about what was said or done on your part, and thinking if you could just go back and take it away, or say something different, or do something different, you would have done it like this. But it's funny because in this person's mind, they're not thinking about it like that. They're not thinking about it as much as you would think, the situation and the awkwardness or the thing you're worried about. So maybe a lot of this you're inventing in your head. And that's a hard one to hear. We make stuff up in our heads all the time, you guys. We do it. We think things, we worry, we project stuff. It happens. But the question now is really just like, where are you guys at now? Like, how does this person feel about you? Okay, this love update. Romantic feelings, how do they feel? Okay, so how do they feel about you, about the situation? Okay, so this person definitely is into you, okay? This says stay optimistic about your love life. I see two different scenarios here, okay? I feel like for some of you guys, you really are getting the message that, look, stay optimistic about your love life. Have faith here. This person's true intentions and true colors will show. Like, you might ultimately end up being friend zoned by this person, or whatever happened is just kind of phasing out, and a friendship will continue, or you will love each other from afar. And time is the answer. Time is the healer here. It's almost like there's nothing else you can say. There's nothing else you can do. You just have to be patient and like trust that like what you said and that what came out, or like what you did or what happened, like to just be okay with it. Unless for some reason you were abused or you were hurt, or like, you know, I never want to stand for that. So once again, this is like, you know, if any of that's going on, seek help for that. This reading's not to sublimate that kind of stuff. Trust yourself here. But for those of you guys who it was like an awkward situation, or you're wondering what's going on, I kind of feel like it was like a misstep. And for a lot of you guys, you might remain friends with this person, or it's kind of time to walk away from the situation, and that there's something else out there for you. Like, you're getting prepared actually to meet the one. And as far as this person's feelings about you, for some of you guys, I'm not really seeing that much. It's almost like you deserve love. So if you don't really feel like if this is that true love you're looking for, and you're not feeling that from this person, and time has gone on and they've had chances to prove that, and you just keep getting like more and more unhappy in this relationship, it could be a message that, you know, listen to your friends, or listen to the people around you. Maybe the people around you have even brought up to you, like, you don't seem happy anymore, or this just seems kind of off with this person, and now you're noticing things, and it's just telling you there's something else out there for you. If it doesn't feel like this is it, you don't have to waste your time. You know, if you feel like you want to walk away, then you got to trust your heart. Okay, so for some of you guys, that part, you're going to listen to it and you're going to be like, yep, that clicks. Okay, if that doesn't click, I have another message that's like completely opposite. So like I said, you got to trust what resonates with you. But I actually feel like for some of you guys, if this is someone that was like your friend, and like you're getting out of the friend zone with them, and that's what the awkwardness was, and like that you're starting to kind of get into that energy, almost like to stay optimistic that this person just needs time to process like this whole like, whoa, we were in the friend zone, or we were just kind of chilling, and now like we're like really like sharing stuff. Or we just hooked up for the first time, and it's like both of you guys are just processing it. And it says, yeah, this could be the one. If it's that situation, almost like you deserve love, you're ready for it. Both of you guys are just working right now to like open your hearts to this and like trying to figure it out. So that's what I'm seeing. So I hope that this message resonates with you. I want to thank you so much for coming to my channel. I'm sending you guys so much love and light, and feel free to let me know your comments below. Also, if you have any specific requests for the type of readings you would like to see on my channel, or any pick a card reading suggestions, let me know in the comments below. You know, if it's a very specific situation that's very specific to you, it might not be a good fit for a pick a card reading for like everybody here. You know what I'm saying? So you can check out my personal reading information for that will be below. But if you have suggestions, always feel free to just write that in the comments, because I actually do have like a whole list on my phone of suggestions that you guys have made. And sometimes I just do like whatever I feel like or what's fun for me, but a lot of these pick a card readings that are on my channel are ones you guys have actually suggested. So I just want you to know, like, I do listen to you guys, and I do read a lot of the comments, and I actually got the idea to do this reading because so many people were like, I need a love update. I know like things are crazy right now, but like after that full moon, I really need a love update. So here I am with it. I felt called to do this. So yay. All right, you guys, I will see you next time. And I hope that you guys are staying safe and healthy, and bringing yourself love, and bringing this world love and light wherever it is that you are in the world. And I'll see you later. Peace out.